right, what's going on? Tyler Roicki here with Brock Brimmer, one of my business partners out of the greater San Antonio, Texas area. And I'm actually going to share a little bit more just context-wise. Brock's actually someone I've been working with the longest out of my entire group, coming up on 4 years now. Yep. So one of the OGs with the team of agents I run that spans the whole country. But funny enough, Brock is one of the few people in the mix that I could say I've known a very long time. I mean, don't know how many years at this point. It's definitely been over a decade. We go way back, as they say. Actually, we were roommates in college at one point, but we knew each other even before that, all the way back to high school. Yep. And at one point in time, Brock reached out to me about real estate, and I helped him buy his first house using the VA loan. I think he paid exactly $0 down or something like that.
Actually got money back at closing.
He got paid at closing to buy his first house. Is that not crazy, y'all? Let me know in the comments if that's crazy. But that's what happened, and I thought that was that. As most people, you kind of help them buy a home, and then maybe you hear from them at some point. I mean, actually, hopefully you stay in touch with them and don't have to wait to hear from them. But no, I think within a year, Brock actually reached out, wanted to talk some more real estate, and ended up buying his second property, first investment property. And then I think even less than a year after that, he reached out again to fire me as his real estate agent.
That was a dreaded call, yeah.
To fire me. There's not many times I can think back over my career I've been fired as an agent. I'll own up to definitely a couple of times, but Brock was a time I did not expect. It's a funny thing I say that, but what that really means is Brock let me know, and I think he was trying to figure out how he was going to tell me this, but that he was getting his license, and in the future that he would be representing himself, and therefore he wouldn't need my services. So I think he was trying to muster up how exactly to break that news to me, because I think when we started working together, I think he had the mindset that I would be his agent for life, and then he got dipped his toes more into real estate, and ended up getting his license and gave me the call. But funny enough, I was actually excited when he told me that. I think he was fearing the worst, but I was actually excited because little did Brock know at the time, but I knew that I could help Brock get started in this industry and have a pathway forward for him to really plug into and have what he needs. And he actually looked at different options he had, but ultimately decided to take my hand and run. And we got started in real estate. And Brock has done very well. In fact, I was shocked to learn about 6 months into Brock getting started. Because, if you think of our industry, what's your typical agent make? They're lucky if they make $50,000 a year in commissions. Who knows what they're netting after all the driving and expenses, but that's what NAR says. Well, I already knew when Brock got started that he was earning a 6-figure salary guaranteed at his 9-to-5 job. And, to do that as a young man, that's a great milestone. A lot of people would aspire to have that kind of thing going in their life. And I learned that 6 months in, Brock let me know he was going to put his 2 weeks notice in. I'm like, dude, what are you, I was excited, but I'm thinking to myself, dude, Brock, are you sure? Dude, that's a big commitment. And no, he did it. He followed through based on the initial momentum he had in real estate, and he's never looked back since. In fact, he's very well surpassed what he was doing on the corporate side of things with what he does today in real estate. And I think what he's probably, I hate to do all the talking for you here, but I would imagine that you're most excited about the fact that we're nowhere near done growing as far as what you're going to do in the time ahead. But I want to get to one key point, which is, working in the industry here. What would you say, because what stands out to me about your story, most of the people I work with, they knew they wanted to do real estate getting into it. And I think you knew you wanted to do real estate from an investor standpoint.
Exactly. And
what was it? Because I think probably the last thing, unlike, again, most people that get started, they kind of aspire to leave behind their 9-to-5. They want to make it in real estate. I don't think you initially planned on doing that from what you told me from the get-go. It sounded like you simply wanted to use your license to build your investment portfolio and to save on the commissions with that. And what was it about real estate, the more you dove into it, that really stood out to you to the point where you recognize that this is what you want to do? What would you say the best part about working in real estate is that you didn't really see going into it?
Yeah, so like you said, I initially came from an investor mindset of getting into real estate, and I was honestly got my license for selfish reasons. Like you said, I wanted to save money when I sold a house. I wanted to make a little bit of cash when I bought it, right? Because you can earn a commission as an agent. So that was my initial reasoning. And then I only wanted to help like close friends and family that wanted my help for real estate. So I was attending 100% to do it part-time while I still had my full-time W-2 job. But then as I dove into the business and kind of learned more about real estate, especially with the brokerage we're with, I saw the model and the opportunity we have. And so I was like, man, there's so much more opportunity out here to help more families, to grow my business, change my life, as well as change other people's lives. And so I kind of saw that and was like, this is what I've been looking for, that I couldn't get from a 9-to-5 job. So seeing that, I just kind of made that ultimate decision to, burn the boats, burn the bridges, so to speak, and kind of make that dive full time into real estate and chase that opportunity. And haven't looked back. It's been amazing so far.
That's amazing. So the more you looked into it, the more you realized just how much substance there was as far as the opportunity.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I dove into, I learned our business model with the brokerage we're at, going to some of our, company events that we were having at the time. Like I got to meet so many like top leaders, top producers, some of the executives, and I got to see the stories of so many people that really plugged into the real estate business, whether it was on the sales or the team aspect of it, and really just like exploded their business, exploded, everything that they could with real estate, and really changed their lives. And so I was like, well, if they can do it, they look like normal everyday people. Like if they can do it, I can do it too. So I wanted to take that opportunity and give it a shot for myself.
So what's something, I guess, in addition to that you would say that about our industry today, working in it, that perhaps your typical person who doesn't work in real estate wouldn't really know about our industry from the outside looking in? What's something that comes to mind? Yeah,
the biggest thing is I didn't really look at real estate agents as like entrepreneurs and business owners. And so that was the big thing. I just thought, hey, I've got, instead of going to a W-2, job, I'm going to have basically the same thing, but as a 1099 contractor, and I'm just going to listen to the broker and they're going to tell me what to do. And in some cases that can be true, right? But the fact that we have the ability to take control of our, business, take control of our lives and really be entrepreneurs and like build our business the way we want, that's something that I didn't fully understand until I got in and got started.
That's awesome. Yeah, great perspective. And like, come to think of it, I don't really know if I understood one way or another what brokers did or didn't do. I was just excited for the opportunity I saw with real estate.
Yep.
And I saw a path to build my own business, and it's amazing that you found that as well. Like if you really think about it, you found an entirely new stream of income because, from what you thought you were going to do with it to what you actually did.
Yep.
That's a whole new stream of income, and it relatively quickly got to a point where it was exceeding what you were doing in the corporate world, which, like I said, was you were doing really well in the corporate world. So
yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, I was comfortable living, making over 6 figures a year at the corporate job. And I just took that leap of faith to hope I could make 6 figures, and thankfully I've been able to surpass that beyond my dreams on it, and I've been able to accomplish a few other of my goals in the meantime and get some things that I like and accomplish those goals. So not only like my personal goals, but just having the ability to help people, help families out there, buy or sell, real estate. Like it's empowering to know that you're helping people move on to another chapter of their life or into the next chapter, right? Whether it's happy or sad, it's a good feeling. Most of the time it's a happy feeling, right? So it's just a good feeling knowing that you're actually doing some good and helping people make a solid choice.
It's a game changer for people to have the right help navigating real estate. Biggest financial transaction a lot of people are part of in their lives, and it has a lot of implications for people to build generational wealth because homes, real estate, like that tends to be a significant part, if not the biggest part of what people pass on from one generation to another. So to get there at some point, if you and your family haven't already done it, you got to get from a position where you're a tenant to where you actually own the land and have that equity building for you and your own family. And we get to do that as real estate agents. It's a very important thing, and it's very important that it's handled correctly and that you're really looking out for your people who are relying on you to represent them in their best interest with that. So
absolutely,
it's gratifying to get to the closing table to see the smiles, the tears, the happy tears that is, and the difference that it does make for people. And we're blessed to be in a position where we get to help people make that positive step forward in their life. So Brock, I appreciate you coming on the channel here. I'm going to leave it with the audience like, hey, if Brock's story was intriguing to you in any sense, we're very blessed to be in a position where not only obviously do we help buyers, sellers, investors, and stuff like that build their wealth in real estate, but we also get to help other real estate professionals position themselves for success and lasting success at that. There's a lot of different ways that we do that. From helping people build their production pipeline to navigate social media in a way that actually leads to high quality leads reaching out to them asking for help, and then also positioning themselves to actually build something meaningful financially for the long term, not just today on the commission side of things. So that being said, if anything in our conversation spoke to you, that you'd like to get some more insight on, or perhaps even see how you can get on a better path with any of the help and resources we may bring to the table that you may or may not know about up to this point, go ahead and connect. If you pull up the description, you'll see a way that you can get on our radars. You can reach out to myself, Brock, whatever you want to do on that front, and just let us know where you're at in the business today. How long have you been in real estate? What are you currently doing on the production side of things, and kind of what's your goal from this point on, regardless of where you are today. If you share that information with us, we'd be happy to take the time to connect a little bit more with you to see how we can best help and support and bring some additional resources to the table for you to help you reach that next goal in your life. So,
and of course, with all that, of course, there's no pressure to do anything. We just want to be a place of value to help you, because I know real estate can be stressful for some folks, and it doesn't have to be stressful. So we're here to help provide whatever resources and advice that we can to help you. But we'd like to connect with you. So if you're watching this, and like you said, if anything we said resonates with you, please don't hesitate to send us an email or send us a text message or a call. Any of those things, we'd be more than happy to sit down with you and see how we can help.
Yeah. So with that, again, Brock, thank you for coming on the channel here, and to everyone watching, I will see you on the next video. Peace.